Howdy, what is going on, folks? Welcome to the Crypto World News Daily Show. I'm your humble host, Elliot. Thank you so much for being here. Today is Wednesday, February 24th. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is hump day. Bitcoin. Whoo! Bitcoin's been making some crazy moves in 24 hours, boys and girls. Bitcoin trading at $49,386. Talking about Bitcoin, we've got some cryptocurrency mass adoption news. Do have a DeFi project of the day, and we will be taking suggestions from you, the audience. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the stream. Let me know if there's any coins you'd like for me to chart at the end. And yeah, first and foremost, we are going to hop into BTC. All right, looking at BTC on the 4 hour. All right, BTC on the 4 hour here looks, we managed to, okay, so here we were yesterday. We saw this, or Monday, I apologize. We saw this nice 12% wick back up. We managed to get back below before coming up to retest 57,000, which was my initial expectation after this wick, that we would come up and test a little bit higher levels before we saw lower. But I still think that could be the case here, given that the amount of selling, the amount of sellers in the market. I think there could be a brief recovery leading us into Friday, possibly into the weekend, looking at some higher BTC levels, just based off of these 4 hour. This looks like a bullish 4 hour. I mean, this doesn't, but this looks pretty strong to me, and I could see. I think it would take a lot for us to get down 9 or 10%. And path of least resistance for BTC says we're going to double test 54K. And we'll look to those levels for respectively. Could we continue up for there? Yes, absolutely. This could be some like at any point in time, there could be some huge, like BlackRock's got trillions of dollars, and that's just fundamental news that you can't really predict with technical analysis unless you have insider information. So we are going to play this as we're going to look for higher levels for BTC 54K, expecting a lot more volume to come in, because just when in doubt, zoom to fuck out. Okay, so what happened? Okay, a little bit happened. Just a little bit, just a little 20%er here compared to the macro move of the 500%er, which we haven't properly 30%. No, we haven't even properly, realistically, healthy for us to come back 50% from 58K. That's just kind of what I'm looking at, and maybe you can call me a bear or whatever, but I think that we will probably continue up higher here, and then we will look for some lower levels as like 27, 28K being our ideal best entry spot. But I think for a stream target, we're just going to leave that right at 40K, and we could see that this 40K is really this is really an important level, and the fact that we haven't touched it yet gives me more reason to my analysis, which is up then down. I mean, take it as you will, but I believe that we really seriously need to test this 40K level, and so I think that's a reasonable target to say that we're going to come to 40K. I think it's unreasonable to say that we were going to do it right now, just because of everything that we've done. This wick, there's a lot of shorters, a lot of sellers in the market. So I mean, people are greedy. People are. I can't even. It hurts. It hurts the amount of people that call me, and when we're at 95% extreme greed, and is it now a good time to get in? And I'm like, well, if you don't mind losing some money for a couple of years or whatever, it's never a bad time to get in. But if you want to be a smart investor and you're new to the cryptocurrency space, buy whenever there's extreme fear in the market, not extreme greed. All right, let's go into this BTC news. Thank you guys for being here. All right, news article number 1 coming at you here. Brave, the crypto browser Brave. Basic attention token is the token. Building their own decentralized exchange aggregator. Very, very cool, very bullish for the Brave token. If you do not have the Brave browser, it's very similar to Chrome. There are some interfaces where some websites will give you like a cannot, it doesn't work, but very, very few. If you're interested, you can download the Brave browser and opt in for ads. I think I get paid like $4 or $5 a month in basic attention token just for clicking on their ads. So it's pretty cool if you want to earn crypto while browsing the internet. Here's a tip: you just once a day, just Google on your Brave browser, just Google expensive shit, and that way the ads will like, you'll start getting. It takes about 30 days to start getting fed ads. But once you do, like I said, $5 to $10 a month, whatever, just for clicking on a button. Hey, you're going to be at your computer anyways. Might as well make some money passively. That's what we're about here at Crypto World News. All right, hopping into our second news article. By the way, if you want to check out any of these news articles, I will leave the links down below in the YouTube video. Square just bought 170 million, in Bitcoin, which is great. More institutional accumulation right behind Mr. Musk, the man himself, the Three Musketeers. I love it. We just need trillions in this space. I feel like I've had conversations with people who maybe think a little bit more archaic and aren't used to cryptocurrency, and they just don't understand. And their thinkings are a little bit black and white. But I mean, once we have more once we have over, let's say, $10 trillion in this space, then we can finally find a less volatility, let's say, because then the amount of money that is required to move Bitcoin, let's say 20 or 30%, is, a lot more than what it currently is. Last year, or the past, in the past, it's been pretty easy to manipulate the price of Bitcoin, given that the market cap is so low for the whole cryptocurrency space. 1.5 trillion is not very much money. You want to talk about money? Who wants to talk about money? Does anyone want to talk about money? We'll talk about money in a second, but let's go into our third article really quick here. Thanks for being with us, guys and girls. All right, Chainlink, the Linkaruski. There's a problem with the Ethereum transaction fees currently. There is a huge congestion issue. If you tried to transact anything currently, you're going to pay a lot of money in fees. So there's a use case in the space, especially in the DeFi space, where you are transacting and interacting with other protocols quite frequently. So Chainlink basically rolled out a system which reduces the gas fee to transact by like tenfold. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited for Chainlink and other projects like it. Not going to call it an Ethereum killer, just like I'm not going to call anything a Bitcoin killer. There's always use case, and there's enough room in the space for all of these projects to be successful and have value. More bullish news for Chainlink. I'm going to drop the articles down below if you want to check them out yourself. Thank you for being here. Let's go over our DeFi project of the day. If you have any coins that you'd like for me to chart, we can take a look at those for you. Super Farm is our coin today, currently trading at about $1.36 per coin. Came out 2 days ago, or a day ago. What I like about this is the total liquidity. It seems like there's some nice liquidity being added from a very new 2 days ago. So we've already got 5 mil in total lick on this uni pair. There's probably more on the sushi pair as well. So this is it's allowing projects to mint their own NFTs and trade them for 0 transactions, 0 custodial, 9,000 transactions per second, instant settlement. There's a huge space for non-fungible tokens, or huge use case for non-fungible tokens in this space. What is a non-fungible token? A non-fungible token is a token that represents 1 out of 1 in existence. So it's a unique identified token that cannot be duplicated, and there's only one. And obviously you can see that's how it gives it value. Because what can be a use case for that? So you can have a non-fungible token, let's say for your house, your home deed. Okay, so now you can easily transact your deed because 1 of 1. It's a unique identifiable token that could have, documents or anyways, there's a huge use case for NFTs, and if you're interested in a DeFi project, I think Super Farm looks pretty cool. I love the name. Super Farm is cross-chain DeFi protocol, allows users. I think the price is pretty good, $1.20 or whatever. Probably is going to be a solid investment, just because of how new it is and how little information there is in, and usually that by the time the information is well known, the if this coin goes to $50, right? And then everyone hears about it, your chance of getting in at $1 are slim. So yeah, I think Super is probably a good coin because they have a strong fundamental project. So I'd like to see how they progress in the future. Let's look at our cryptocurrency market cap before we chart some coins, baby. All right, looking at 4 hour, holding this support here, ready to come up to 54K. Cryptocurrency, 1.5 trill. Okay, it's not too bad. 24-hour volume, 200 bill. As long as we're over $1 trillion in this space, altcoins are going to continue to boom. BTC dominance, 61%. Not too bad. Biggest 24-hour mover, Stacks, Thor, and then Doge. Doge is probably going to do some inverse correlating if you're watching the stream besides my live show. I'm looking at Doge probably come back or come up to 10 to 15 cents. So I'm pretty bullish on Doge during whatever BTC is going to do. Meaning I hope that BTC comes up to 45K and then continues down to correct further. And that gives Doge a huge opportunity because a lot of people have left the building. All right. Stream paused. Have you already looked at Ravencoin? Okay, I hope the stream's not been paused for very long. But no, I've not looked at Ravencoin. Ravencoin. We're going to look at Ravencoin to the Bitcoin. I think they took out Poloniex. I feel like I used to have that option, and I don't anymore. We're looking at Ravencoin to the Bitcoin value on the weekly chart here. Ravencoin is a very strong community coin, has a very strong fundamental, loved by miners. I do like Ravencoin. It's a pretty sweet coin. So I'm thinking that Ravencoin probably on the weekly here, whenever it's like, BTC is probably going to pump here, and that's obviously going to give Ravencoin the inability to gain to the BTC value for now. But then if BTC corrects at 54K back to 27K, that gives this huge potential to gain on the BTC value, especially looking at this weekly. Let's get this weekly back above 383 sats, and then I think we're just gonna fly. Yeah, so I would definitely hold Ravencoin for the remainder of this year, looking to take profit going into next year, into 2023, at some much higher Satoshi levels, as I would with most altcoins. I think that there's going to be a huge, like the great alt season. Like, you think this was a great alt season? You think 2017 was the great alt season? We haven't even seen these coins price discovered to the BTC value. And what does that do for the USD value? Holy Not paused for me. Okay, sweet. I'm glad it's not paused for you, dude, because if it was paused, that would suck. Yeah, so Ravencoin here, looking at the 4 hour, a little bit micro, more in-depth analysis. If you guys have any coins you want for me to chart, let me know. If not, we're going to end the show pretty quickly here in the next few minutes. Okay, on the 4 hour, yep, Bitcoin looks like it wants to pump, so obviously, but I still think Ravencoin looks good. I would, look to accumulate if you can, if you have not already. I do want to show you guys this though. This was pretty funny. So this is our M1 money supply. And we can see the money printer is on like Donkey Kong We just went up 166% of money in existence. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it just makes me feel. But, yeah, so interesting. It's just interesting timing. So the Bitcoin decides to dump at 58,000, but at the same time the money printer's on. So there's someone just, and it basically doubled the amount of money in existence. Looks like money stock, money printer, baby. They used all that money to short Bitcoin because they want to buy cheap Bitcoin. Conspiracies. What is this coin? I don't see. Oh, I apologize. This is BTC. I had the thing down quite low. This is Bitcoin here we're looking at on the daily. Bitcoin looking pretty primed to come up for 54K retest. And then we could expect to see some higher sell volume. If we break up on 54K, then maybe we can get that 57K retest. Hey, I would love it. Let's 57K it up if we can, and then get the smack daddy. Whatever. I think it's unlikely for BTC to continue going up here. Gosh, that would be so crazy if we went up to like 63K and then corrected down. I mean, we would have already, we wouldn't, that's not how this is going to play out. This is a further continuation, this daily. We'll see what happens at 54K, but just keep an eye on the higher time frames, because a lot of times when you're like uncertain what the market's doing and there's a lot of uncertainty, just like zoom out on a higher time frame and you'd be like, oh, well, we've been going up for a year and a half, so we might come down for 2 or 3 months. Take a little chill pill. And that might be fantastic for altcoins, as we're already seeing them not be beaten as badly. You know, there's still money in this space. As long as there's over $1 trillion, we'll see altcoins perform well. Let's take a quick look at Doge. This is what I'm looking at on the Doji. And I'll just send you a BTC address, so whenever you make millions, you can just donate me a couple Bitcoin. And yeah. I think the daily Doge USD looks pretty good. I mean, considering, look at altcoins. If you look at any altcoin, ETH USD. That's a different story. Do you see how this is a different story? This is telling us a different story here. Let's go back to Doge. Yeah. So I'm looking at higher levels for some Doge profit targets. Looks nice. Real nice. Algo, please. It's the fundamentals for me, like Super Farm Info. I like the Super Farm Info also. Cool. I appreciate what you guys like, DeLorean Carphone. All right, let's look at Algo. I think Algo probably has more... I'm not sure. I almost heard there was some fundamental... Not FUD, but... something fundamental about it. All right, we're going to look at Algo to Bitcoin, or we'll look at it to Tether. Ooh, I don't like this. Algo to Tether on Binance. Okay, there we go. This looks better. Daily, 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 baby. So yeah, I mean, this coin's done so much already. This coin has already performed so well. It's tough to ask. I think it's probably going to come down further. It's probably going to continue further, being that most of the market is going to follow with what BTC tends to do. So either this coin is ready to pump to, like all-time, like breakout, all-time high, or this coin is just going to follow BTC and, whatever, get corrected at 54K, and then you might get a better entry. So I would just, keep an eye on your higher time frames, like this daily. This doesn't look like an entry. This doesn't look like anything super swell. This looks pretty good. Down here it looks better. Here it looks good. Daily close. I mean, I think the market looks pretty bullish for the rest of this week. So does that mean we'll break $1.25? I don't know. If we do, we could break out and certainly continue. Certainly could. Because all of these altcoins move independently to Bitcoin sometimes. Like most of the market tends to follow like the flow of the money as money is entering and leaving the market. These altcoins can spontaneously just pop off and go to 1 or 200%. GRT is another coin that I'm looking to accumulate. Gosh, this kind of did look like a good entry. So we'll see. Was this the bottom? Probably 50-50. I would say. There's I think it's hard to predict where the bottom will be or when the bottom will be. I think it's more likely that Bitcoin comes back to the 40,000. We test $40,000 and see what happens there. But I can't time BlackRock with their $8 trillion. I don't have that insider information. If the world went to a Great Depression tomorrow, how are you going to sell your internet money? If the world went into a Great Depression tomorrow, what would that do to the value of my internet money? Because the world going into a depression means that the world's currency, the world's centralized fiat currency, is failing. The value that is being stored from my work is not proper, you're not properly storing my value due to your ability to infinitely money go Brrr, wherever. So if you wanted to sell your magic internet money, here's what you could do. So there are platforms called Uniswap, and you can go to Uniswap, the Uniswap app, and let's say you have magical cryptocurrency money or whatever. There's any type of money that you have. Okay, so you can swap your magical crypto internet money for US dollar coin or stable coins or deflationary assets, which I very much value. So that could be your exit plan. Let's say you also had cryptocurrency, okay, and you were looking to get out. Here, you could go to jmbullion.com and buy silver or gold or platinum with your cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of ways to get out if that's your concern, but I am cautioning against your thinking, your logic, trying to get out of a market that in 10 years or in 4 years will be worth $10 trillion. What does that mean to the altcoin space? Stream paused. Oh, shit. Gosh. How long was that going on? I'm terrible at this. Can you check bakery token? Bake stream paused. Yes. A lot of people, it's not an attack, just a question, pro. Lots of people are either in Bitcoin SV or Monero. Yeah, privacy coins. I definitely recommend holding a privacy coin. I like Zcash. That's my privacy coin of choice, but whatever is your fancy, there's a huge use case for it. So if you have any questions about that, hopefully the stream has not been paused super long. Money go Brrr. Brrr. Yeah, I think trying to exit the market and that being your concern just seems a little. You can currently use your crypto as a Visa card. You can load up your Visa card and spend it as cash. You can buy a home with your cryptocurrency. You can buy a Tesla with your cryptocurrency. The idea of switching from a finite fractional or finite divisible currency that is fractional by 1/100 millionth to a infinite centralized fiat currency, heavily taxed. Like I don't understand the logic behind it. I'm sorry. When you switch from Bitcoin to US dollar, go ahead and take 30% off the top and just send it to the government. That's a taxable event. You are taxed, sir. Ooh. Any more questions today? Nope. You guys have been great. I really appreciate the interaction. I appreciate the questions. I hope this has been informative. This has been fun. I hope this is educational. If you guys have any friends that are into cryptocurrency, let them know. Crypto World News. We do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Twitch. So if you want to catch my next show live, then just join the Twitch channel. This is Crypto World News. I'm your host, Elliot. I will be back on Friday 26th, February 26th. So yeah, happy Wednesday, everybody. Stay safe in your trades. Lastly, we're going to give you BTC last closing thoughts, just in case anyone's just hopping in here with the stream. Looking at the 4-hour, holding this support, looking for a continuation for a little bit higher. And then we're waiting to see what that has in store for us. Maybe we're expecting to get a little bit rejected for some lower price action for this 40K test, which is our ultimate, I think is our ultimate destination, because this has yet to come back and retest some of these levels. So 40K is a definite in the future. I believe anything lower than that is hopeful, but we can only wish and dream. My name's Elliot. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll be back on Friday. Hope you have a blessed day. Stay safe. Do something nice for someone else. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about how we can interact and be a family. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Or Friday. I think it's Friday. Friday, boys. Friday.